All right, good morning, guys. Today we're looking at Nexi. Nexi's looking pretty good here, going from $1.29 to $1.65. INM is looking okay, I guess. We haven't really seen a whole lot in terms of price action or volume, so I can't really say too much about it. But it did go from $8.50 all the way to almost $12 there, probably 11.50 there, so that's not too bad. We've got PPBT here going from a low of $2.34 all the way to a high there of 270. So that could just be some bigger transactions going through because the rest of these don't really look like they're matching up with that. But beyond that, again, spotty price action, not too much going on. Maybe once the Fed meeting is done, that'll change on a couple of these. SBET, same story, going from 95 cents to $1.11. And we've got VAX here all over the place from a low of $2 to a high of 230. And we have Pixie running pretty much all morning, going from $12.30 to the high there of $26.84. So we got a couple things we can watch. There's a couple other things we could take a look at too, but for the most part, nothing's really looking fantastic today. We got a couple other things here. ATHX. Nope. BC, Ally. I'm expecting a fairly slow day today. That's basically it for now. So that's what we're stuck with. We got 50 seconds still open. Yeah, that Fed meeting was he was doing a lot of skating around the actual ideas there. GDM, we could take a look at GDM. Oh, is that good morning? Yeah, that's not a ticker. Well, it is a ticker. It's 3 cents though. All right. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that Fed meeting. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. He liked to dodge around the questions that were being asked, but I mean, I guess that's what you can expect out of a politician. So he did a good job of that. I don't know why I'm charting this out. I don't think we're going to be playing it, but just on the off chance that we do, I want to be able to see some support areas. Oh yeah, no worries. Good morning. INM's heading down now. We've got PBTS opening up, not really moving anywhere we want. Nexi has some tight bands here. This could be a good thing. It could also be a bad thing, but I think this is probably our only opportunity right now, so we're going to go ahead and take it. Nexi, probably $1.48. We're going to go for $1.60 on it with $1.40. Let's give it $1.40, $1.44. That makes sense. So we're going to give it that $1.44 stop right there. We do have some resistance areas up above from below, or from before, not below. We're at $1.51 currently. All right, that's Nexi. $1.48 right there. Okay, so INM not really doing a whole lot. PPBT not doing a whole lot. SBET not doing anything. Pixie, it's got some volatility. Might actually be the only thing we have to play right now. Yeah, Nexi and PPBT is really the only thing that's on the list that's even green. So, I mean, maybe this one did have a pretty okay looking pre-market early on, so this could come back. But yeah, until then, we're basically looking at Nexi and maybe Pixie. If you haven't gotten in yet, this is looking like a pretty solid place to do so. I wouldn't bother moving your stop loss down lower though. If this starts to break down, it'll probably break down pretty far. 143 could be another area it would stop at, but it's hard to say. We're back up on it, 152, so not looking too bad there. Looks like we're hitting resistance around that area, so it's probably a good idea to take some profits. Profits, 152-ish. So if you got in like really low down here, 152 is looking pretty good, that's for sure. And then we might break out higher, so I wouldn't sell the whole thing. I think there's a good chance it continues to go up. Pixie at that VWAP. This could be our opportunity to buy in on Pixie. Let's try it because we don't have a lot going on right now, and I'd rather not miss this running. So, all right, what would we be at here? 2250-ish. We're gonna go for 25 on it with a 20. It's a 22 stop, I think. 22 stop is pretty close. Let's do like a 2180 stop. That should give us a tad bit of room right there. All right, so we're 24 already. 2250. 152 on Nexi. Okay, so 24 and a half, almost 25 here. We can start to take profits on Pixie. Take some profits on Pixie. Okay, so we're close to that PT. I think we could probably reach 26 here, so I would leave a little bit in there. Nexi hitting resistance here at 157. If he didn't take profits earlier, this is definitely going to be the time to do so. Even if he did, this might be an opportunity because we are going to get resistance here. Am I muted? Can you not hear me? I don't know if people can hear me. You can hear me? Okay. Pixie up and halted. Oh, it is? Oh, crap. Yeah, we're definitely halted in Pixie. Yeah, didn't get a chance there to cut some more, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll end halt up and we'll get some extra profits out of it. Vax is doing absolutely nothing. SBET's doing nothing. PPBT's not doing a whole lot. INM is showing some movement here. It is looking pretty good. I think that's also up and halted. Yeah, I don't know what's causing people to not be able to hear. You guys can't get it to work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why some people would be able to hear and some can't. Luther has it muted, it looks like, and that's all I can see. Everyone else looks like they're just fine. Loud and clear, good, good. So we got Nexi back down to 150. Pixie still halted. We're not really running into any new opportunities. INM might be an opportunity, but it's also halted right now. Yeah, the Nexi dip could be a good place to buy some more if you want to at 147. I think I'm actually going to do that because we don't have a ton of opportunities here. So we're going to go Nexi again, like 147 to 155, and then a 143, 144. No, 143, stop. Move that down to 143. Although I don't think it makes much of a difference. Does your platform show you the halt trades? Halt trades? Like if the stock is halted? Some of them do. Yeah. I think Trade Zero does. It's pretty easy to tell though. You'll just see something not moving. Especially when you're playing if you're playing like large caps or later in the day, sometimes you can't really tell because things just stop moving randomly. But in the morning, it's usually pretty easy to tell. If something's just not moving at all, it's either dead like these or it's halted like Pixie or INM. I believe Trade Zero shows you though. I know it shows you if it's SSR'd, which is kind of nice. Nexi back up to 153, so we're looking good on the next Nexi play. Yeah, that makes sense. Probably looking to take profits around 155. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so Nexi's down a little bit here. It's not looking too bad. Still waiting for Pixie to open up and INM to open up as well. I kind of want to take a play on INM, but we're gonna have to wait and see what that opens up like and what it's showing us when it does. PPBT is also dropping quite dramatically here, lower than its open price today. So that's kind of telling to what direction it's going. Yes, I got the second buy on Nexi. APRN we could take a look at, yeah. APRN's really going for it. Definitely. I think it's a little overextended right now, though. APRN has these random runs sometimes, and it doesn't last too long. So, I mean, you could definitely try. Nexi at 157 here. Gonna make sure I cut some. Cut some Nexi 157-ish. So we hit a high there, 159. Pretty good trade, over 10 cents there. We still have two runners. If it comes back down and it hits that 148 level, I'll probably end up buying it again. To ask MedVet if they can get the feature. Yeah. Pixie opens up $27. We're going to take some profits on that. Take some profits. Pixie, 27-ish. Large gap down. So hopefully you got some profits out. Pixie almost hit $28 there. Fortunately, I am holding a little bit left here, and it is down quite a bit. We're not even down to entry yet. We still have like $2 to go, but we're down from that almost $28 level. So if it drops back down to VWAP and it looks good, maybe we take another play. INM, whoop, didn't want to do that. INM's opening up and it's down pretty good. We could look at this as an opportunity to buy in, so I think I might want to try an INM play. So we're going to go for a 1030 entry. We're going to go for probably $12 and then just a 10. We need to give it a little bit more room, so like 980. If you can get in lower than 1030, even better. But 980 seems like the safe place here, so hopefully you jumped in. It's up all the way to 1080, down to 1060 now. Nexi still kind of struggling, hasn't come back down all the way yet. APRN still kind of going for it. INM still staying around 1160. I had to close out the Fed talk, so I'm not actually sure when they're done talking, but usually by the time they're done talking, things start to pick up as long as the news wasn't too bad. Yeah. Pixie's halted down. INM struggling here. Looks like it might be okay though. Nexi back up pretty good. Hitting 158 there. Looking for a re-entry on that at 148. We're gonna have a lot of runners on this. So hopefully this ends up working out in our favor. So we're looking for about 148. If we could get a couple cents better, that'd be obviously better. Gonna go for 158 and then a 144 stop. So average our stop out there back at 144. Let's see, PBT's down pretty good. INM's down to that 1130 area. So this is where we wanted to get in on INM. So if you didn't previously get in on INM, you're there now. Let's see if it holds on that support area. APRN still kind of going. It hasn't really made much in terms of gains here. I think we were looking at it about 710, but it's still going up, which is surprising. And we stop out on INM. So that is a 980 stop. Looks like it's going to continue down to VWAP. That could be another area we need to look at, but we'll keep an eye on it, see what happens. 153 on Nexi. IC is going as well. We could take a look at that. Yeah, IC is not looking too bad. Again, a little bit pricey, but if it's got good movement, it could be something worth playing. And its movement's okay so far. I wouldn't say it's great. Got a couple other things too. We've got LFST, which is also looking pretty good. Got 748 to 830. Range is all right, I guess. IMRA, which is also looking very good. Up pretty high right now. I think if we're jumping in this, it's going to be a momentum play, so we're going to have to do it quickly if we want to. MRA. Gonna go for that 220 entry to 240. And then the 210 stop. We're gonna give it a whole 10 cents here. So give it 10 cents from wherever you get in. So about 210. Yep, IMRA is looking okay. Nexi down to that 150 level we saw drop down to 149. That's pretty close to where we wanted it to be. Might even drop down a little bit more. Pixie still halted down. We've got APR still staying around that 720 mark. We've got IMRA not looking too bad here. Nexi's still struggling, so we're that. IMRA. Of course, INM bounces. Pixie, we want to keep an eye on that. We'll probably keep an eye on this one and maybe IC. I'm not too sure about IC yet. VAX can get closed out. SBET can get closed out. PPBT closed out. Yeah, we'll just stick with these for now. Down to $21, so stopping out on the small remainder there. IMRA back down a little bit. It did hit a high there of 228, and Nexi looking like it probably will turn around here pretty soon. Come on, IMRA. I'd probably end up taking some small profits on IMRA. It's not looking too great, so making some small profits. IMRA about 228-ish. About as high as you can get there. Pixie halted down again. And Nexi struggling, but that bottom band is coming up, which is a good sign. Come on, IMRA. 226. We're running out of time here to make something happen on this. I'm going to take some small profits. $228 right there. Got to break a new high. If you don't break a new high, you're coming back down. Not a lot of sellers. We do have quite a few buyers stacking, so that's good. Oh, there's the sellers, 128 or 228. Nexi down to that 148 level. So that's where we wanted to get in. Now we're waiting for the bounce on that. IMRA, a little bit of rejection there down to that 224 level. Don't trust anything this morning. I don't really trust anything when Powell's speaking. It doesn't even really matter what comes out of his mouth. It's usually bad for the market. It's not a lot of fun. Pixie's still down. We've got APRN struggling. Yeah, INM not doing anything. Nexi up a couple cents now. BIAF. We could take a look at BIAF. Oh, BIAF. What do we do with INM? Well, if you're still in INM, I would not be. I mean, maybe it'll bounce off this 200 EMA, but you're playing it pretty risky if you're still in it. This could just continue its breakdown for quite some time. BIAF looking pretty good here. A couple good candles there. Going from about 540 there to 620. Almost 630. What are my thoughts on Pixie? I think it's made quite a bit of gains today, so the kind of fall like this is expected. It's got a couple areas it could bounce, but I think ultimately it'll probably end up working its way back down to this 200 EMA before we can decide on, taking another play on it. We do have Nexi here at 153, so we're starting to get up to that level we were looking at on Nexi of 158. 154, about 155, we could take a little bit of profit on it. Take a little profit on Nexi 155. And then we're going to see, eventually this is going to break out and we're going to take profits, like good profits on everything, but we want to make sure we're averaging up as much as we can right now because you don't know if it's actually going to break out or break down yet. I'll be curious to see if Pixie unhalts and it can actually move somewhere other than down, but we'll see. Did break through a couple areas of support. It's halted right on another one, so NutX we could take a look at too. NutX looks pretty good right now. It's going from $3.15, something like that, $3.15 to a high there of $4. So it's got a decent range to it. Nice climb. MACD's heading down though. INM halted down. Yep, currently. IMRA still struggling around this level. Surprisingly hasn't fallen, which this looks more like a consolidation right now. So this could end up hitting a new high. Nexi did hit up to 156 there, pretty close to the PT we had on mind. So that's where we take about half out. Pixie still halted. APRN looks like it's bouncing near that VWAP line there, 705. BIAF showing a lot of signs of weakness here. NutX continuing on. We're going to have to wait a minute on NutX and see if it can come down a little bit. Nexi back down. I'm not going to open another position on it because we have like three trades with runners on this currently, so I'm good with that. I don't want to risk any more than that on it. Even though we've made a little bit of money on each one, it's pretty risky still. I think this is starting to look a little bearish. Just checked ES. 30 points is quite a good move. Pixie on halts, it was moving down. Looks like it's moving back up now, so that's definitely a good sign. Bounced off that support level of $2.17. Making its way back down now. Definitely struggling. IMRA struggling as well. Nexi not looking too great. BIAF down to VWAP, so this could be a potential entry point. We'll have to see if it can hold here. Not seeing any like particularly great momentum in this or any good price action, so it's kind of hard to decide whether or not we would be jumping in on something like that. That 592 would be probably the best price to get in if you want to jump in, but the range here isn't necessarily great anyway, because if you're getting at 590, you're probably not selling anything until at least 620. Yeah, I'm going to wait on BIF. Probably going to wait on NutX as well. Mullen. I haven't heard Mullen in quite some time, so let's take a look. Yeah, that went up. That went from 67 cents there all the way to 77, so definitely shot up quite a bit. They must have just had some news release or something because their pre-market looks like crap too. Looks like it might break out even higher here. A little too risky to jump in though. NutX definitely looks like it's topping out. Pixie's still struggling. IMRA breaking down a little bit here, and we are breaking down on Nexi a little bit as well. So we're hoping this stops here and starts to move back up. Okay, so IMRA. We might see a bounce off that VWAP. IC's not really moving here. We're looking at a range between 1616 and 1640, so I'm just going to close that down. APRN, nice bounce off the VWAP there. Again, $7 to a high of 730, so not really worth it with APRN either. IMRA, kind of hoping for that bounce. That would be a good bounce. Nexi still struggling. Okay. Nowdex takes kind of a nasty hit there, drops about 20 cents. So we've got up to about $4.06 there, down to 382. I think it'll hit VWAP at least, and if it does that, we might be considering an entry, depending on what MACD is doing at that time. Mullen did slightly break higher there, a couple cents, or yeah, just about 2 cents there. BIAF still ranging quite a bit. 590 to 620 on one candle. I think you could make money on this, but I think it'd be just as easy to lose it, so I'm not really in for the 50-50 chances right now. IMRAs, however, looking pretty good. I think I might buy more here at 220. IMRA 220. Probably gonna try for 240 on it, and then a 210 stop again. So if you could get lower than 220, obviously you want to get lower than 220, but you don't want to move that stop down on this one. I don't think you need that extra room. That's a 216 entry. Next, he stops us out on the runner. Ruby as well. Ooh, Mullen took a nasty fall there. Yeah, Ruby. Another dollar stock here, going from 94 cents to $1.08, so good range. Not too bad. Again, sitting up a little high right now. So we got Ruby, IMRA, QH, not looking good there. AZRE, not really nothing there. IMRA is not looking too bad here. Nexi might come back off a 200 EMA, but that's kind of, we'll have to wait and see on that one. What about Pixie? Looks like it did actually break VWAP there for a second. It did, yeah, it did try. All the way back down though. Oh, all the way back down. That was quite the rejection. Okay, so NutX is kind of in that danger zone. We got that MACD right at 0, and we're following through VWAP right now, so we're probably going to leave this for a little bit. Mull, not worth touching. There's not enough data to go off of. Ruby too high currently. We have IMRA still dropping, so if you were looking to get in lower, I would say anywhere close to VWAP is probably the go-to here. But I wouldn't really consider moving your stop down even much more than 210 from VWAP. You might maybe like an extra cent or two. That would be at max though. Yeah, the Nexi recovery is definitely a possibility here. Waiting to see that MACD start to curl. Gotta break through this resistance. All right. Okay, Nexi looks like it could do something here, so we might be able to take a Nexi play here at 146, maybe 145. We'll say 146 though. 155 and a 142 stop, so we'll give it 4 cents. And we have Nexi heading up, currently 149. MRA 215, 216 area. APRN down. We've got Pixie heading down. We've got IMRA still looking like it wants to bounce here. BIAF not doing a whole lot. NutX continues its drop a little bit more at a time. That bottom band is starting to come in, which is a good sign. MACD should turn around sometime soon. So we'll be waiting for that. Ruby down a little bit now. Still hasn't really made too much more movement here, but I do think this is due for a decent pullback, so definitely don't want to jump in on it quite yet. Bias controlling interest in Bollinger Motors. There you go. That's the news. IMRA still looking to bounce. Nexi still looking to bounce. So we're looking okay on both these plays. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have room for 2 more plays. Ruby's just hitting higher, so I think we're going to go ahead and try on Ruby. Ruby, I'd like to get in 110. I don't know if that'll happen, but we'll try. Probably just like a 107 stop, so we're going to give it 3 cents there. And then, yeah, actually, we'll give it 106. For a stop loss, and we'll give it probably maybe a 120 price target. So we're aiming pretty high there, but we'll have to see exactly what we can get out of Ruby. If you get in higher, move your stop up with it. This one's not one you want to have a huge stop on, that's for sure. IMRA is still struggling. Nexi still struggling. Ruby currently at 112. 113. Might break from 113. There's 114. MACD's pretty overextended. Up a couple cents on it. 115. Gonna start taking profits. Almost thought it was halted there for a second. All the way down to 110. Hit as low as 1.9 there. All right, so this is the fateful moment for IMRA. Will it break down from that 200 or from the VWAP here, or is it going to bounce? That's a pretty healthy bounce. Back up to 220 on IMRA. Ruby down a little bit, but not a whole lot. Looks like it's making its next push, and Nexi's starting to move up as well. We're at 150 on that, so everything's coming up pretty good here. 221. What are we in on IMRA at 216 here, 222. Only a couple cents, but you know what? I kind of want to take some profits. I don't know how much we're going to get out of this, so I'm willing to securing some profits on IMRA, 222-ish. Okay, that means Nexi's up next here. Let's see a nice push out of that. And we've got, what else? Not a whole lot else going. We're back to 115 on Ruby here. We're going to have to break that 115 and we're going to start to head down. I would make sure you're taking out a fair bit at 115 here. NutX did in fact bounce. It's looking okay so far. We're at about 374. We could try for a $4 PT on this. I think it's definitely doable. I think it'll probably happen. I think we should probably do that. So that's NutX, like 370-ish. We're gonna go for $4 with a just give it a 360 stop loss because we'd be breaking into a new low at 360 here. So that looks like a pretty decent trade opportunity. Kind of gives us a little bit of playroom. Okay, we've got Ruby at 114. 4 times, has not broken 115. I'd be expecting this to come down now. IMRA doing okay. Nexi down a little bit, but still holding on that support area so far. Ruby down, gets rejected. Now, the question is it going to go back up and retry that, or is it going to continue its breakdown? Mullen looks like it's trying to come back here. I'm going to make the call for Mullen, but as a disclaimer here, I'm out of my 10 trade, so these are just calls now. Mullen, points, whoop, 0.72, maybe? Gonna go for point 0.80. 0.80, yeah, that's breaking to new high there. They're gonna point 69 stop loss. 0.69 is a fairly big stop loss. I don't think you really even necessarily need a 0.69. I think you could probably go with a 0.70 at minimum or maximum. You could probably even go 0.71 if you want to, because you're not expecting this to break back down, so you never really know. We've got Mullen doing okay here. NutX did make a little bit of a move here up to 385, so we're up a little bit on that. Ruby still sitting around that $1.10, $1.11 mark, not really giving it up. Nexi dropped back down a little bit here to 145 here. $146, we're back down to break even on it. If you're worried about this, this would probably be the time to cut. NutX down a little bit. IMRA, pretty dramatic candle there to 225. So another good opportunity to take some profits out. I don't know if we'll get much more out of it, but we'll have to see. Ruby at 20 or Pixie at $21 here. Still looking like a dead cat bounce to me though. Mullen at that 0.72 area, so this is where you probably want to get in. If anywhere. It should hold here. It should hold here at 0.72. We're gonna see though. If it starts to break down further, I'd say don't bother with it. Looking a little bearish there. Nexi's still struggling, but it might come back up. Can kind of see it in the corner there. Yeah, bullish candles right here and there, so could be coming back up. IMRA, I think that if you hit that 225 level again, most of your profit should be coming out there. I don't know if this is going to break out again like it did before, but the bands are pretty tight. I'd say 225, 226 is probably the safe bet for an exit. BIF, same kind of thing, not doing a whole lot. NutX, not doing a whole lot. Mullen's still breaking down a little bit, so I'd say just cut it. It's worrying me how much it's coming down, so I wouldn't want to be in that. NutX still up a little bit. I mean, really not a whole lot, though. It's kind of going a lot slower than I thought it was going to anyway. Ruby still at 110. I am already down a little bit, and we have Nexi still bouncing all over the place. Looks like it's hasn't made a new low this time, so that's definitely a good thing. This could be a trade we're stuck in for a while. APRN on its way back up here. It could fade. Yeah, definitely could fade. Depends on the sentiment towards NutX. Nexi looking like it's coming back here. Exactly. Any of these meme stocks can't really... they don't play by the same rules. They just kind of do whatever they want, so... Could make money, could lose money, who knows? Mullen with a small recovery. Ruby looking like it might come back here. Drop down to about 107 there. IMRA 215 still hasn't broken down now. We are not seeing any movement in the market right now. Like even the things that look like half decent are still only moving a little bit. BIAF breaking out a little bit here. Still would be too risky for me to jump in, but could be an opportunity to make money. Ruby continues its breakdown. Maybe take a play off Ruby at 105 here. We'll have to see what that MACD is doing when it gets down there again, though, because those are looking like they might cross at the same time. Okay, what's going on? We've got Nexi not doing anything, IMRA still not doing anything, Ruby still not really doing anything. Pixie might return here. I think it's got a long ways to go before we consider this not a dead cat bounce, but this looks like a possible dead cat bounce. This could definitely go a little bit lower, but we've got that 200 EMA fairly close by, so. Yeah, nothing new. Just looking for opportunities here. Sitting on your hands is always the hardest part. Big gains, $8. You got a Subway sandwich right there. It's just one of those days. IMRA 214 here. So really we're just watching Nexi here and NutX at this point, and neither of these are really doing a whole lot of anything, except getting very close to stopping us out. Or maybe it did stop, yeah, it did stop us out. Well, that's a shame. But that's one less thing we have to watch right now. That's not bad. There you go. Almost 50 bucks. Yeah, I think you might actually beat me today. Let's see. Okay, I'm almost at 100, but pretty close. IC, yeah. Yeah, I guess I could take a look at IC. Well, up until like, the last 10 or 15 minutes here where it's kind of just done almost nothing. The problem I'm having with this is like at this price range, you kind of need at least a whole dollar move, if not more. So like you're looking at 1575, which is like way down here. So like down here to up here is the kind of move you would need to get decent profits out of it, and it's not happening. It's not happening. No, on a cash account, that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, exactly. Any amount of green is better than any amount of red. Labu trade. Let's take a look at Labu too, since we got nothing better to do right now. Yeah, that was on a climb this morning, 870 to almost 10 bucks. I see not doing anything. There goes Mullen. Took a while, but it's doing it. It's doing its thing. NutX finally moving too. We saw 390 there. BIF down. I'm going to close BIF. INM's got no volume, so we're going to close that. The range on APR is just not good. Pixie might still be okay. Ruby's on its way back up finally. So we saw 108 back up to 112, 113. Let's hit 120. So hopefully that's the case. Broke down on IMRA, so stopping on the runner there. Nexi stopped out as well. So basically we're just watching maybe Mullen here. We've got a little bit of skin in the game on Ruby and NutX. So let's see what happens with these. Oh, the queen died. You know, I was watching something a couple days ago on what would happen if the queen died. Apparently, if the queen dies, they actually have to switch all of their money over to Prince Henry. I think that's his name. Is that the right guy? Anyways, all of their money gets converted to someone else's face. Like, they don't keep the same face. And then, like, specifically 9 days after the death, they have the funeral. And then they have, I think it's 11 days of mourning or something. IMRA, we got stopped? Yeah, we did get stopped. Yeah. Ruby up to that 115 mark again. Now let's see if it breaks through this time. Any second now. Any second now. Oh, come on, Ruby. Got a decent amount of volume. It should break here. So close. That's like 9 attempts. Yeah, getting there. I'm thinking there's a possibility it goes up that high, but we do need to break this 150. If we break 115, I think 120 is like right around the corner for it, but if we can't break this 115, we're just going to go straight back down. So we're going to have to wait and see. That's like 12 attempts to break through. There we go. 118 right there. Yeah, don't give it up. Oh, it's giving it back. BNTC news. Let's take a look at BNTC. Yep. Yep, that's going up. 60 cents to 93 cents. We could try to get in on that. I don't know if we will, though. So if you held Mold when I theoretically chickened out, I guess, you're doing pretty good here. NutX also hit a high there, 390. So, like, not bad. And then Ruby here at 117, 118, 119, 120 right there, taking some profits at 120. Might even break out higher here because we broke the high a day, so we've got no other resistance up above right now. Again, we're not that overextended either, so we definitely have room to go. Just need the volume and the conviction, but again, you know, for this to go higher, we need people willing to buy at these levels, which seems kind of nuts. So let's hope Ross Cameron's playing today with real money. $120, $121. Nah, it's gonna give it back. It's gonna go back down, I think. I'd like to hit like 125 before taking out anything else, but we'll see. BNTC unhalted, heading down, it looks like. You know what? I think this could be something that continues to climb, so. BNTC 0.85 to 0.95 with a 0.82. Give it 3 cents. Let's give it 3 cents. Oh, that's hard to hit. There we go. I'm at 0.87 currently. Nexi just completely giving up here. Ruby hit that 122 level, struggling to get any higher. IC finally breaking out of its range, seeing a slightly new high. We're all the way up to 0.9. We hit 0.95 there, so that was PT on BNTC. Take some profits out. Probably will go higher here, 0.96, 0.97. Ruby 121 again, pushing for that new high, 123. Almost there. Come on, 125. Let's go. Nope. Coming back down again. It's a weird stock. It's showing like it's got lots and lots of buying volume happening, but it's just so all over the place. I don't think it's not one of those things that's gonna keep flying forever. That's for sure. Almost the dollar, whole dollar mark right there. Whole dollar. Take some more profits there. More profits. BNTC $1. That's huge. That's 15% at least. That's probably closer to 18%, something like that. Massive trade right there. Mullen heading down. NetX not doing anything. Ruby, yeah, hit that 123 a couple times. Let's see if it can break out. If it doesn't break on this candle or the next, could be in trouble here. BNTC back down a little bit here, but let's take a look at the percentage on that. So you're looking at it about 17.5%. That's pretty close. We're 106 on it. 106. That's a good place to take some more profits out. Every 5 cents, take a little bit out. Take some more BNTC 106 and leave a runner. So 106, you're probably looking at like 20%, 24%. Okay, Ruby at 120 starting to head down here. NetX not really doing anything, no surprise there. Mull bouncing off that VWAP. This is a very bullish sign, so I would consider getting back in on that. BNTC back down to that dollar mark, breaking down a little bit, 0.96, all the way down to 0.90. That's a good place to jump back in. It could be risky, but I think I'd like to think it was going to go back up. BNTC, 0.90. Going to go for at least $1 on this, and then a 0.85 stop loss. So we're going to give it a little bit of room here. I think it deserves that bit of room. Hopefully it doesn't stop us out, though. Looks like it's maintaining a little bit of bullishness on this last candle. It should start moving back up. Ruby looks like it wants to make that push for that next high. Come on, BNTC. These two, that's what I want to watch. Fubo, I haven't heard that one in a while either. Okay, let's take a look at Fubo. I don't want to watch this, so. Yeah, Fubo is going pretty good here. Hit VWAP 374, really just taking off from there. Definitely too high to be thinking about jumping it right now, but you never really know. Could be something good later on. Breaking down a little bit on BNTC here past that VWAP, which is definitely not a good sign. You might want to take this as an exit opportunity. Ruby still looks like it wants to push for that high, but we'll have to see if that can happen here. Looks like it's starting a rejection. At like $30 or 30 cents? $30, yeah. I remember Fubo TV at like $12 or $13. I think that's when I was playing it. And I don't think that was too long ago. I think that was like... Yeah, it went up quite a bit in the past little while. I think I was playing it around this area. I don't think I was playing it over here. I think this seems too recent. Yeah, it definitely wasn't 2022 when I was playing it, so it must have been, maybe it was 16, maybe it was over here, I don't know. It was during the bull market, though. BNTC still struggling. Ruby finally breaks out there, 128. So you're definitely going to want to take some profit on Ruby around 1. Do we say 125 already to take profit? 120. No, we didn't. Yeah, so one, we'll say 130-ish, because I mean, like, it almost hit 130, so I'm sure we'll get there. Seems like something that just wants to kind of keep going. Got a couple of minutes left. I'm not really seeing much else in terms of plays here. Mullen could be an opportunity. I would stay away from NutX. Pixie not doing a whole lot. BNTC is still looking half decent. I think it could still be a winning trade here. I'm not sure if it'll be a winning trade for us, but I mean, if you wait for an area of consolidation, you might get lucky. Ruby looks like it's pushing up to 129 here, almost 130, just touching 130 there. That's a pretty good 132. Look at that. It's really going for it. It's going to even push higher here. Whoa, I pressed the wrong button there. Oh, okay, I pushed so many wrong buttons here. What did I do? Okay, I fixed it. 134. Okay, gonna take some out there. Yeah, I already said 130-ish, so I'm gonna assume people know 135 is probably a good area to take some. And then we'll just hold on to a little bit here just in case, but I don't know if it's, I can't tell where this is going to go. So I mean, it could just go straight back down. Like I was saying on BNTC, it's been looking okay, but it's a high risk kind of trade. So if you're not wanting that risk, I would definitely look to cut because it's breaking down a little bit further than it did before, and that's not a good sign. IMRA making that push just randomly too, you know, just consolidation, looks like a dead cat bounce, pretty generic, and then all of a sudden just random spike of volume and just takes off. 50 EMA, yeah. BNTC still struggling. We've got Ruby here, 130, crazy amount. This is probably the best trade that we took with the real account so far. Let's see. 111 entry. Oh, did that wrong. 21% so far, 22%, 137, 138, still going. I got 5 minutes left. Can I wait 5 minutes for this to go up even higher? I think 140, I'm taking the rest out. Put that alert out right now. Taking the last out of Ruby. 140-ish. Don't want to end up writing this back down and holding for quite some time, so I'm okay taking profit to anywhere around here and just cutting my losses on this, or not cutting my loss, I guess, because technically it's just a big win, but so we're averaging 137, which means we made 23.5% off it, which is pretty good. That's not a bad trade. Considering we're only using like $300 position sizes or 270 or something, it's a little measly, but it is what it is. Guess that's going to take some getting used to, but we are at $168 today, which is not that bad considering, well, considering pretty much everything this week so far. So doing pretty good. Doesn't look like it could even go higher. I just don't want to hold and it come back down on me for whatever reason. Let's see here. IMRA is still going 120 or 224 here. Looks like it's hitting a wall, breaking through a little bit. Probably gonna have some resistance here at 228. Yeah, probably more 227. BNTC breaks down to stop, so if you didn't take those warnings, you're stopping out now. Will not do anything. Fubo looking like it did have a small pullback. I don't think that's enough of a pullback. That MACD is still looking a little bearish. Ruby looking for a pullback now, so we took profits at the right time. Oh wow, look at IMRA there, 235. Just breaks through all that resistance. Right into a new high day. $236, 237. Man, wish we were in that. That was not looking good down here, though. BNTC continues its breakdown. Oh, you took that? Way to go. Are you green for the day? If you're even a little bit green, you're still green. Even if it's like $1. This month has been hell. I'll give you that. Yeah, it has not been good. All right, so we're basically out of everything. We've got no Ruby. IMRA left without us. BNTC stopped out in the second one. First one was a major win. NutX not really doing a whole lot. Mole might be an opportunity. Fubo could be an opportunity. I think Ruby is probably going to hit a pullback and then go again. Same with IMRA. I think this is going to be a winner today as well. Nexi's lost most of its volume and price action, so don't think much is going to happen with that. But we played it earlier on, got a couple good wins, so didn't do too bad. As far as the money board goes, we made $168 today. That almost brings us up to $6,000. We're slowly making our way there. We've made $760 this week so far. We have one more day. Maybe we'll make about $800 this week. That's not bad. I mean, with starting with $5,000 and making $800 in a week, that's pretty okay. Especially considering how crap the market's been this week. Percentage wise, that is pretty much 69% gains here. Took two decent losses, INM for 4%, Nexi almost for 3%. But yeah, other than that, honestly, better than I thought we were going to get today, considering Powell's talk and stuff. So not too bad. Other than that, guys, I think we're pretty much done trading for the day. So yeah, just hopefully you have a good rest of your day and make some more money, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, guys.